AVID Investors, Donato, Ron, residential and commercial appraisers with the Ada County Assessor's Office, commercial assessors. Thank you so much for letting us know what's going on in the market with values. Here's what I heard. 60% of the residential housing units are in that 400 to 600,000 mid-range is what we're looking at. And we added a bunch of them, but in general, what people are going to see is about a 2% increase in your assessed values. That's just on average. It's going to be individual. For the multifamily 1 to 4 units, we're looking at maybe even a small minus 1% decrease in assessed values. And then for commercial units, we're looking at maybe 1 to 2% increase in values, except where there's, and that's 5+, except for where there's reappraisals going on individually. And we're going to get those notices on Memorial Day. And we're only going to have a short amount of time to appeal, but the best way to appeal, as we discussed, was definitely looking at that name on your assessment notice and starting informally first, and doing it sooner rather than later. In terms of commercial, we heard that cap rates are down a little bit in 2026 so far, and the cap rates for commercial are slightly higher than what we're going to see on fourplexes. We're at Swope Investment Properties always looking at that fourplex data. They're going to go a little higher in the commercial. They're at around 5.25%, 5.25%, depending on age. And these guys, when assessing rentals, we're not looking at actual rents. We're looking at market rents. And so, and factoring in, it looks like grade A, B, or C property, and probably about 5% vacancy rate is what you're looking at in there. Increasing expenses and increasing incomes have created a kind of flat NOI this year compared to last year. And we've got about 74, between both the commercial and residential, about 7,400 new units. And that translates times 2.5% people per unit into space for about 18,500 humans. And we only had about 10,000 move here last year. But yet somehow our vacancy is not going up too high, and the market seems to be absorbing them from what we're seeing. And everybody's happy. We had a 1.93% increase in population last year, they reported. What else? That's it. So we have Donato, we have Ron. Thank you so much for sharing your information.